Woo! What's going on, guys? Orange Form coming at you guys today again with another video. And today I'm going to be continuing my series with grading the Lions roster by depth and position. And I'm going to be focusing more on the defense now. I wrapped up the offense maybe about a week and a half ago. And now I'm going to be focusing on the defense. And I'm going to be breaking it down into groups. So when I do the DB room, I'm not going to be doing safeties and corners. I'm going to be doing I'm going to be like in one. I won't be lumping it together. I will be doing safeties, and then in the next video, I'll be doing corners. So so on and so on down in the defensive unit. So today I'm going to be doing safeties. So I'm just going to break it down, just some safeties. Who we got now? We got guys like Tracy Walker, Will Harris, Dean Marlowe, C.J. Moore, Bobby Price, Jalen Elliott, Godwin Igwebuike, D'Angelo Amos, undrafted free agent rookie, and then Elijah Holder. Now you have guys like Tracy Walker, who will be a free safety. Will Harris will be more of your strong safety. And you guys know the difference between a free safety and a strong safety. A free safety is a guy that usually is a high safety, will cover longer. Like if a wide receiver or tight end goes all out, usually that free safety is the guy that's going to be doing more coverage work. A strong safety is the guy that kind of, almost plays almost like a linebacker, plays in the box, better run supporter. A strong safety usually is, and usually like a bigger safety is usually your strong safety. I guess it just all depends on the athleticism of that player, but that's what it basically is. And I'm going to be going from personally what I think from the bottom to the top. So I'm going to be starting with D'Angelo Amos, 23 years old, undrafted free agent rookie this year. Played at James Madison. He was a James Madison dude. Played at Virginia, went in the transfer portal, went there. 6'1", 185, 23 years old. At James Madison, 135 tackles, 6.5 tackles for loss, couple sacks, 2 picks, 11 pass deflects, 1 forced fumble, 3 fumble recoveries, 4 block punts, kicks, whatever they were. And also on special teams, he's a kick returner, but a much better punt returner. 5 touchdowns at James Madison, so the kid can take it to the house. He's a great special teams player. And like I said, 2020, he transferred to Virginia. He was a Cavalier, 47 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 2 picks, and 3 pass deflects at Virginia. Now, this kid's going to have a tough time making a squad, but the way he plays special teams, he could be super valued. So he's a good communicator, got a high football IQ, passionate and instinctive player. So special team stud, like I said, 5 touchdowns over his 4-year career, and knows for the football. With the sacks, with the picks, the forced fumbles, and the fumble recoveries. You like to see that in the player, but it's going to be tough to get this kid on the squad. Hopefully he shows out, and because this is a very weak room. This is a very weak room, and I'm not going to make a lot of friends on this series, man. I'm just telling you right now. Now, we'll go from D'Angelo Amos. I'm going to go to Elijah Holder here, 6'2", 190. Played at Stanford Cardinal. Been in the NFL for a little bit. He's 25 years old. College, 131 tackles, 6.5 tackles for loss, 2 picks, touchdown, 24 pass deflects, 5 forced fumbles. 4-year stint at Stanford. Played some safety in college, but was mainly a cornerback. Denver ends up picking him up in 2019 as an undrafted free agent. Pretty much put him at safety. So he's been a safety for a couple of years. He's only got like 7 tackles at Denver as a pro. So this is a guy that don't know too much about. He's versatile. He's got decent size at 6'2". He's got some length to him. You know what I mean? 190 pounds. I like his versatility. Another guy that's going to have a tough time making this squad, man. He was picked up as, I kind of think, as a camp body, but then I just keep repeating myself. This is a room that has no locks. We have a couple guys that are probably going to be the starters, but there's no real locks. Those guys, he probably needs to show out in camp. He needs to show out at special teams, and then maybe he can get himself a roster spot. Now, the next guy I'm going to do Godwin Igwebuike, 26 years old, 6 foot, 215 pounds, big safety, played at Northwestern Wildcat, 324 tackles, 12.5 tackles for loss, 7 picks, 23 pass deflects, 2 fumble recoveries, 2 forced fumbles in college. This is what he did. And he's been with 4 teams now in the NFL: Tampa Bay, San Francisco, the Jets, and now the Detroit Lions. Even played for the Seattle Dragons in the XFL. Pretty much 2 tackles as a pro in the NFL. That's all he's really done. He's never done anything else besides that. He hasn't been able to lock himself into a starting position, and he's barely a backup. So he did put up 22 tackles and a pick as a Seattle Dragon in the XFL in 5 games. So again, 26-year-old kid that's going to need to show out in camp in a week unit that they are looking for guys. So this guy's going to need to show out, and everybody here has a shot, man. In this bad safety room, which is good in a way, but it's bad in a way too, because we don't have anybody. You know what I mean? Now the next guy, Jalen Elliott, 6 foot, 210 pounds, out of Notre Dame. This is the guy that I probably thought should have been drafted. Never got drafted because he had a really, really bad combine a couple years ago. But I think he's more of a box safety, but 6 foot, 210, like I said. So he got some good size to him weight-wise. 172 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, half a sack, 6 picks, 11 pass deflects, and 1 forced fumble in 4 years at Notre Dame as a Fighting Irish. Undrafted free agent 2020. Bob Quinn and the old regime picked him up as an undrafted guy. No NFL stats. He's a box safety. He's a run support guy. He's a strong safety. You know what I mean? Limited in pass coverage. You don't want this guy running downfield with tight ends or running backs or anything like that. You really don't want that. He's more of a box safety guy, a run supporter. And yeah, he does have a nose for the ball though. 6 picks as a college guy. And, you know, I was just kind of criticizing his coverage skills, but he does have a nose for the ball, but he's not going to run with a lot of guys. So he does have a nose for the football though, but you don't want him in coverage. And we'll see what he can do, special teamer. He's 22 years old. He's still very, very young. So another guy that has a shot to make the club. Here's another guy that actually got onto the roster last year, Bobby Price. 6'4", 205 pounds, out of Norfolk State University, Spartan. 229 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 7 picks, 4 fumble recoveries, 1 block in 4 years at Norfolk. Very athletic, very long, got good length to him, decent speed too as well. Another undrafted free agent guy last year by Bob Quinn and company. He's not a big hitter though, but he's got decent size, especially the length. He'll get lost a little bit in coverage. He needs to find a groove. And he got in 2 games last year, just made 1 tackle. So he did dress for the Detroit Lions last year, but he only made a tackle. It's probably on special teams. So this is a guy that's going to need the ball out again, a 23-year-old kid that's going to need the ball out and see what happens with this room. The next guy, CJ Moore. 5'11", about 205 pounds, out of Ole Miss. He's an Ole Miss Rebel, 25 years old. College numbers are 96 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 4 picks, 7 pass deflects, 2 fumble recoveries in 4 years at Ole Miss. And then the NFL, he has 14 tackles. He's a special teamer, a really good special teamer, by the way, and one of the better ones when healthy. He's been suffering through some injuries a little bit. So this is a guy who's only 25. Again, he's probably the lead dog in special teams, but if he wants to get on the field, he's going to need to show out. Now I'm going to talk about some of our starters. You know, I'm going to make it as quick as possible. The third guy, I think that's probably going to be our third safety there, will be Dean Marlowe. 6'1", 210 pounds. Good size to the kid. Another guy that played at James Madison Duke, 28 years old. An undrafted free agent in 2015. We picked this kid up. He played for Carolina Panthers for 2015 to 2016. Played for the Bills from 2017 to 2020. And now he's a Detroit Lion. College, he had 326 tackles, 12 picks. So he's got some playmaking ability to him there. 30 pass deflects in 4 years. So it's a guy that got some playmaking ability, like I said. Then he's got 38 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 quarterback hits, 5 pass deflects, 1 fumble recovery, and 1.5 sacks and 2 interceptions as a professional athlete. And then started 7 games as a Bill, acquired better stats the last couple of years, actually got on the field, started a few games, like I said, 7 games as a Bill, and then he got better each year that he's been in the league. So that's a nice sign to see. Probably will be battling Will Harris for playing time, even though they play different positions. Even though I think Dean Marlowe is a little bit more of a free safety, I think Will Harris is more of a strong safety, but I'm not a big fan of Will Harris, so I think Dean Marlowe might be able to push him there as the number 2, but I got Marlowe right now as the number 3 for playing time. Marlowe is more of a free safety, like I said, and will probably back up Walker, but Harris is no lock in my opinion. So Harris is more of a strong safety, like I just repeated 1,000 times. But he should be the number 3. Dean Marlowe has a good chance to be our number 2 guy, so we'll see what goes on there. And the number 2, Will Harris, is right now is probably our number 2 safety. Teamed up with Tracy Walker. Will Harris went to Boston College, ACC kid, 6'1", 210, another good sized guy. College numbers: 225 tackles, 7.5 tackles for loss, a sack, 5 interceptions, 7 pass deflects, 6 fumble recoveries, and a forced fumble. The guy of the Detroit Lions actually drafted in the 3rd round a few years back. I think this might be his last year as a Lion. I'm not 100% sure, but his contract's coming up soon. 25 years old, 3rd round pick. He's only started 11 games. In the box kind of safety, again, like I said. Fast though, like a 4.4, 140, but we haven't really seen that yet on the field. He's looking to hit you before he plays the ball. He's a pretty physical safety. He is our number 2 guy right now, so there could be some competition going on there for that number 2. And then our number one safety on the team is Tracy Walker at 26, 6'2", 205 pounds. Louisiana Raging Cajun. In the Sun Belt. College numbers: 269 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, half a sack, 8 picks, 19 pass deflects, 3 fumble recoveries, 2 forced fumbles, 4 years at Louisiana. In the NFL, he's got about 211 tackles. Or 21 tackles or something like that. 200 tackles, 11 tackles for loss. I think I got that written down wrong. I don't think he has 211 tackles. Maybe he does. 211 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 2 quarterback hits, 14 pass deflects, 1 forced fumble in the NFL, 3 years. I'm going to have to check that number again. I don't know if I wrote that number right down there. 211 tackles. Maybe. I'm not too sure. He has played a lot, so it's a possibility, I guess, but I think I might have messed that up. Sorry about that, guys. Looking to make plays. Playmaker. Coming into the NFL right away. Decent against the run, but not a great tackler. I think it was another guy that was kind of overdrafted, but he's got some versatility as well. Has played some nickel cornerback, especially in this Detroit scheme. So he was supposed to be the kid that was, 26 years old. He was supposed to be the safety that was supposed to break out last year. You know what I mean? He was supposed to be that kid that broke out last year. Never did. Now, is that Matt Patricia's fault? Whose fault is that? Tracy Walker. I'm in the boat where if you're a really good football player, you should be able to overcome any scheme. And I know it's kind of a hard thing to do, especially with what happened in this city with Matt Patricia. But there's guys that have overcome schemes, and Romeo Okwara did it, right? So Romeo Okwara, he was an undrafted free agent guy, but that's a whole other story right now. But we need guys in this room to step up. Our number 1 and number 2 guys right now are Tracy Walker and Will Harris. That's not good. That's not good. You got guys like Dean Marlowe pushing. Maybe CJ Moore, maybe Bobby Price. Like these are guys that don't even get drafted. Like Dean Marlowe didn't get drafted. Guys like CJ Moore, I think he went undrafted as well too. Bobby Price, Jalen Elliott, all guys that have never even been drafted. Now, I was a little bit shocked that the Lions did not draft a safety this year. You know, they drafted Tavante Beckett, who's more of a tweener. He's more of a linebacker safety. Tavante Beckett, I think he's playing more linebacker right now. They're trying to find a linebacker spot. I think he's better as a linebacker, to tell you the truth, as an outside linebacker, but who knows? And I think that's what this new coaching regime is doing. But this safety room is bad. This safety room is really bad. If your number one safety is Tracy Walker, and no disrespect to Tracy Walker, but he's nothing special. Was supposed to break out last year, and some people saw something in him, but you know, he hasn't done it quite yet. He hasn't done it. So we need to see more out of guys like Tracy Walker, and especially Will Harris. These two guys were drafted in the 3rd round. These two guys were 3rd round draft picks, man. Tracy Walker, I think Tracy Walker went in the 3rd round a few years back. Yeah, third or 4th round, wherever he went. There's kind of a head scratching moment with him and the Will Harris pick at the time. But these two guys are the two alpha males in the room. They need to show up and do something. And you got Dean Marlowe, who I think might be able to make a little bit of noise too. So those are your 1, 2, and 3: Walker, Harris, and Marlowe. With guys like Bobby Price, Jalen Elliott, maybe Elijah. Who knows what's going to happen there? It's open game in the safety room. But if I'm going to give a grade to this, I'm giving it a D. I'm giving it a D, and it's not a strong D. It's a very extremely soft D. It's a soft D. It was almost a soft D minus, to tell you the truth. It was close, but I'm just going to give it a D. I'm going to give it a D for now. It needs to improve. We are in trouble in that room. But like I said, you can't fix everything in one draft or one free agency. You can't do it. It's literally impossible. So the Lions went and drafted other players in other areas where they probably needed them the most. And I got a feeling they will be working hard on this safety room in the next year or two. Very, very hard. Because I don't know how long Tracy Walker or Will Harris will be a Detroit Lion, or guys like Dean Marlowe. I don't really know. It's up in the air. Flip a coin. We have no clue. But that's the video, guys. Thanks for listening. It's a little bit long, 17 minutes. These defensive ones will probably be longer. Don't forget to subscribe in the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, get all my videos, and don't forget to like and comment this video up, man, because I know the comments are coming. All right, guys, go Lions. Boom.